What's going on, everybody? Christigious back at it again. What is up? Hope everyone is doing well. Today I got a special video for you guys. So I've been playing Video Horror Society, or VHS, which is right here. It's a really fun game. It's a 4v1 asymmetrical game where you have one monster and you have 4 teens, all people that play online, and you go battle against each other. The monster has to knock down the teens, and teens have to banish the monster. I've spent the last 12 years on controller, so I decided to make the best settings that I know for controller, and I hope going over this little tutorial helps out somebody out there. You know, I really do. It's helped me out a lot. I've been complimented on how good my monster has been, and that they were shocked that I was on controller. I got you guys. All right, let's head on over there. Honestly, in the menu section, I do use my mouse just because it's easier to navigate compared to the set of this, because you have to do each individual tab. There's no little cursor that goes around, unfortunately. For anybody also paying attention, on the very top left of my screen, or your screen, I have my controller icon up there so you can see what I'm actually doing. The one thing I do is for the horizontal, for both monster and teen, I've noticed that putting it at 100% helps out a lot. Whenever I'm playing as monster and the teens like using the mouse and keyboard and like wiggling, kind of like they do in DBD where they try to like juke you, it's very easy to get juked if you have a low sensitivity in this game. So I put it at 100 for that, for horizontal, for both teen and monster. The vertical though, it's not as bad, so I put it at 80 for monster, 70 for teen. Fire sensitivity, I put it up to about 58. I've noticed that the lower sensitivity actually helps me control my aim when I'm playing as the teen, so it's not horrible. Invert vertical, I leave that off. For me, I leave these both on hold, sprint and crouch. Here, we'll start with the first controller settings. The very first thing is firing, what can be either firing your weapon or also basic attack for the monster, which is your right trigger right here. Next up is your secondary fire. It used to be left tab, but I changed it because whenever you're a teen, it's very difficult. You have to hold this button and then you have to throw with this button. For me, what I've done is I've switched it up and I've switched it to now left trigger. So now it's left trigger. You like hold the Molotov or hold whatever you're trying to do, and then you throw with right trigger. Movement or action, basically that is whenever you're trying to go for a window or a vault or anything like that, you hit the A button. That's what the face button, down button is. So it's A for Xbox controller. Whenever you're using a PlayStation controller, it'd be an X button as well. Now push to talk, it's the face button right, which is B. He's on me. So holding the B button up there, that lets you talk. So the controller that I use, a Power 8 controller, it's an Xbox controller, and I bought it at Walmart. It's about $30 because it has the paddles on the back right here. The reason why I have that is because if I am moving and I'm using the analog stick, the left analog stick, to run, I can still hold down the button and talk and tell people where I am or communicate to my other teens when I'm playing. Next up is to place stickers. I use the D-pad left, so that's all it is, just to place a sticker. Now, if you want to place more than one, or you want to place different ones, because you can have up to, I think, 8, you hold it down and then you use your right analog stick to select the one you want to go to. So scorecard, it's a special left, which is the one over here. It used to be the back button, select button. If you hold it, you can see everyone's score. Well, you can see your points during the game. You can see their ping that you got going on, what type of add-ons and perks you brought. You can also find out like what video challenges you got left. So that's really helpful. All right, next up is the emote button. So to emote, there's only a couple emotes in the game. I think teens have 5, monsters only have maybe 2 to 1 a piece. Excited for more of them, that's for sure. They're down on the D-pad. This one is same as the emotes. If you want to rotate through your variety of emotes, you just hold down on it and then use your analog stick to check. So the first button we're going to go over is the interact button, and that's the up on the D-pad. So this one is basically to heal, craft weapons. So you hold this down to craft weapons. So far, this is the best one I can find without changing and messing up anything else. To discard your weapon, the best way is to keep it the default, which is the D-pad right. To use any of your pickups, I know it's confusing and it says face button up. So for that, it's Y. So using it is going to be Y. So that's pretty nice. So the give up button is space button left. In mine, it's X. So whenever you go up to somebody, you can give them a pop can, a candy bar, a walkie-talkie, a noisemaker, or the Book of the Dead. You know, you can give them all those up. Next up, pinging something. So I found that I just left it alone. So pinging would be L3, and it pings something that you're looking at. So if you see a doll, you ping that. If you see a candy bar, you can ping that. If you have a station or you see the monster, you can ping those as well. Next up is pinging yourself. First off in the game right away, one little tip I got for y'all. The best way to find out if you guys are a teen pings themselves. So you click R3. You use that to like ping your progress. Typically I ping it like 3 times. Once when I'm starting the crafting station, once in the middle about 50%, and then once towards the end so they know I'm done. All right, so what I use for the run, I use the left shoulder. So the left shoulder is what I use. Next up, I changed this one. It used to be the LT button up here, the trigger button, left trigger, but I changed it to now it's the right shoulder button. Next up is the monster configuration, right? A lot of these are stay the same. I didn't really tweak too many of these. The first off is the monster power. Monster power is left trigger. So I use that. That's basically like your leap bound with wart, or your berserk mode with werewolf, or dropping a doll down with doll master. Monster power 2 is the right shoulder. So that's like the howl button, or the shield, or go to the doll master and teleport to the doll. And then the last power is the third power. So that one's more for, you know, teleporting to another spot for doll master, or using your hunt ability on werewolf, or even your echolocation for wart. So if you bring a prize and it's a plague, the one way to use it is the face button top, so the Y button. So it says dismiss minion. So I was kind of confused on that, but when I played a couple games of doll master, I found out it is to get out of the doll. All right, mini games are referring to whether it be the vending machines, whether it be the Book of the Dead, and whether it be crafting. The crafting mini game where it pops up and you have to hit the skill check. So that there, or even healing too. Healing is another mini game. Anything that needs like vending machines or Book of the Dead that needs to use the solid dots to get into the open dots, you use the left triggers, left and right trigger. Left is to rotate counterclockwise, right is to rotate clockwise. That's the best way I can say it. That's what these two are. So that helps out. That's easy. I kept it the same. I played so much that it feels natural. I don't really want to mess up anything else. You can change these. Anything in here you can change to a different button, because it's a second interaction with that button compared to all the ones above. So don't worry if you want to change it, but I just felt like this is the best one because yeah, that's how it teaches you in the game, and there's no point in changing it. It doesn't conflict with any other buttons. Whenever you're playing the mini games, you're going to be holding up on the D-pad, right? Then gonna have to be using left and right triggers to rotate it back and forth, left and right, to see which way to get it. And as soon as you get it into the actual slot, then you hit the interact button, which is the face button bottom, which is A. Now mind you, you want to make sure you're holding up on the D-pad, otherwise if you let go, it then stops. Then you have to restart from scratch. Next up, you have your timing minigame configure. So the timing minigame is basically your skill checks. Basically when you're making crafting weapons and you're holding up on the D-pad, the little bar comes up on the bottom and you have to hit it and skillfully hit it. They have the good and then the great. The good ones give you a little, I think it doesn't give you any negative if you hit it, and the perfect gives you a little bit of increase on timing. So it takes off, I think, like a second, which helps out. 42 seconds can be a long time. So next up, the healing minigame interact. So whenever you're healing someone, obviously you're going to be pushing up on the D-pad and holding it. Best button that I found was and is the face button bottom, which is still A button. So you have to, it's like a heartbeat. You have to hold it and click it over and over again. So keep it in there. I haven't really found another button to help out. Maybe I could change that to a tab button. Maybe I can test it out and I'll let you all know if you come to the live streams. But yeah, so, or even if you want to test it out, you don't have to wait for me. Yeah, so go ahead and give that a test. But right now I have it as the A button. So those are my settings for VHS. It's really helped me out a lot. I hope the little changes that I've done and explains it, because I know it can be confusing first glancing at it. I hope it helps. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. It really does. I'm enjoying this fun. I'm having a lot of fun creating these videos and expanding the knowledge of editing. And I put a lot of time and effort into this. So if not, that's cool. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for watching the whole entire video and checking it out. yeah, if you do like my content, I am live on Twitch Friday, Saturday, Sunday around 5 p.m. Pacific time. So come on and check me out. I also have my Instagram, my Twitter, my Discord, and TikTok that you can go and check me out. I have a bunch of little funny clips and stuff like that on there. I'll let you know if I'm going live or what's happening with me on my Twitter. Thank you very much, and I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope I taught you something. So take care. Bye.